One of my favorite teams that is picking in the lottery this year that actually has two first round picks in this draft, the Atlanta Hawks. I love their future and what they've been building over the last year and a half. So I thought it was pretty interesting when they fired their general manager, Landry Fields, and they went in somewhat of a different direction. And yeah, today we are going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Hawks, a team that has picked 13 in this year's NBA draft from the Sacramento Kings and picked 22. Now, usually when a team hires a new general manager, they're going to come in and maybe have a big question. What do they want to do with their star player? It's the same thing with Joe Dumars in New Orleans with Zion Williamson. I think it's going to be the same thing here in Atlanta. Does this general manager that has no ties to Trey Young, somebody they've poached from different team, care for Trey Young and his future in Atlanta? Or do they think it's best to move him right now and go with the Daniels Johnson and Reese Shea wing movement moving forward? Because I think Trey Young is one of those players that ends up becoming more valuable when he's on your team than he would be on the open market. But he's eligible for a massive extension this offseason as well, because he could be a free agent in 2026. So, okay, he's Bailey goes number one. We're off to a great start. Trey Johnson goes two. So you're telling me we're going to have Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper in the Eastern Conference. Okay, well, nope, the Hornets still take Noah Essengate over him. What is this draft right now? The Wizards are trading the 6th overall pick for Alperen Sengun. What is going on? Conor Murray-Boyles goes, and then Dylan Harper falls to the Pelicans. Okay. All right, and we are on the clock. Some of the picks that went ahead of us were Jeremiah Fears, Nolan Traore, Derek Queen, Concanipple, Asa Newell. So I do want to take somebody that has a realistic chance of going to the Atlanta Hawks on draft night. I don't think Kaman Watch is going to fall. There is a chance that Kasperi Shakuchonis falls as well, but I'm not going to select him. I wouldn't hate Jace Richardson. He's around this range on my big board, but is this Kobe Buffkin 2.0? Because you really can't have Jace and Trey out there. I mean, you could, because you're going to have some good defenders around him. I like the idea of Carter Bryant as well, just adding to that 3-and-D wing mold, and you're just getting as many of those guys as possible over there in Atlanta. Yegor Demon has some positional versatility. I'm debating between Carter Bryant. I wouldn't mind getting Will Riley at 22 if he's going to end up being there. I could take Thomas Sorber, but I'm going to hope he falls to 22 as well. We could look at Rasheer Fleming. Maybe a hot take. I'm also thinking about either Cedric Coward or Nick Clifford as well, guys that I think could be around this range on draft night. I expect at least one of those guys to be there later on as well. So maybe I end up just taking Thomas Sorber if Okongwu isn't going to be our guy going forward. I think Sorber is the second best rim protector in this draft after Kaman Watch. There goes Carter Bryant. There goes Jace Richardson, guys I would have liked to draft. Kaman somehow falls to Orlando. Behringer to Minnesota. We do have a trade here at 18, or excuse me, 18. The Bulls end up getting Will Riley, so he's off the board for us. There goes Yegor Demon. There goes Lee McNeely. And there goes Ben Seraph. Okay, so Nick Clifford. Wow, Kasparis is still here. Not going to take him. That's unrealistic. But Danny Wolf is here as well. Cam Jones is here. I like the idea of either Rasheer Fleming, Cedric Coward, or Nick Clifford. Man, I might end up just taking Nick Clifford here. Out of Colorado State, but we are going to probably bring back Karis LeVert this offseason. We have Terrence Mann. I don't hate the idea of Cedric Coward, but I also feel like Rasheer Fleming being on the board at this point is incredible value. So I'm going to take Rasheer Fleming out of St. Joe's. And I continued the wing movement here in Atlanta. I took Jameer Watkins out of Florida State there in the second round as well. Daniels and Buffkin, we are going to pick up the team options. It's just Buffkin might not even crack the rotation next year. And I was a big fan of him coming out of Michigan, but it really just did not work out. I don't think it was the right spot for him going forward. I'm going to offer Keaton Wallace the qualifying offer. He showed some flashes last year. So I do want to bring back Karis LeVert. It's going to be a 2-year deal worth around $20 million, a tradable salary as well. So we're going to give him that. We're going to let Clint Capella walk. I would not mind bringing back Larry Nance Jr. on a 2-year deal. Garrison Matthews can get a 1-year deal. It's just depth, but he's not going to play because we also have Vic Krejci here as well, who I think was a little bit of a breakout guy in 2025, shot 43% from 3. And you also have George Nang on this team. I like what I saw from Muhammad Gay late in the year as well. I like this team a lot, so I don't really think I'm going to add anybody too notable in free agency. We do have a little bit of money to spend, but nothing too crazy. So yeah, we are going to move on from Clint Capella, and we are good to go into next year's season. So Keaton Wallace accepts the qualifying offer, and Dominic Barlow as well. 89, Trey does regress a little bit. Larry Nance Jr. regresses, same with George Niang. He's probably not going to crack the rotation in 26. All right, so can Trey Young sign? Wow. He wants to test free agency. And if that happened, I mean, I could end up trading Trey. Wow, that Daniels contract extension. I don't even want to look at that. So if Trey actually wants to test free agency, he can't get mad if I test the market. And I would think about an Orlando Magic trade. I would get Jalen Suggs in this. Like Jalen Suggs and Dyson Daniels in the backcourt defensively is great, but I just don't really trust the offense of that duo. They ended up getting Nick Clifford and Kamon Maliwachi in the draft. All right, if you gave me Jalen Suggs, Nick Clifford, and Anthony Black for Trey Young, I think this makes us better in the long term, and I will do this trade. They say no. Do I have any random player I could throw in this deal like Larry Nance Jr.? Does that get it done? They would want Karis LeVert in my 29 first, and you'll give me Wendell Carter Jr. I mean, that extension kicks in. I don't love it. I don't mind trading you Karis LeVert. I really don't. But I would like to keep my first round pick moving forward. So what about instead we did George Niang? Does that get it done? Okay. What about instead if I gave you Terrence Mann? They would acquire $3 million more than allowed. What about if I take... I don't really want KCP's expiring. All right, so what about if we did this? Trey Young, Larry Nance Jr., Karis LeVert, and Kobe Buffkin for Suggs, Clifford, Anthony Black, and Wendell Carter Jr. An in-division trade. They're going to counter it. My 29 first for Jett Howard. I don't really want to give you my 29 first. I'll give you 2 seconds. They say no. Could I also just throw you like Dominic, George Niang in this deal? I can't. What about... I don't want to throw in Muhammad Gay, honestly. I kind of like him. I hate that these guys have no trade clauses. What about Keaton Wallace? They say no. And a first. What about instead, I'll take on Cole Anthony. Jameer Watkins for Jett Howard. All right, we're going to do this trade. It's a 5-for-5 swap. Trey Young, if you wanted to test free agency, it's a new GM. We are going to trade you away. So, yeah, we'll see how Suggs and Daniels looks, but I think I'm going to still be invested into Anthony Black. We did trade away Larry Nance, but that's going to be fine. All right, we do have to release 3 players before the season starts. Keaton Wallace is going to be one. Dominic Barlow is going to be the other. And then Garrison Matthews is going to be the third. Like, we picked up Jett Howard in that trade. We got both first-round picks from the 2023 draft from Orlando. It's going to be Suggs, Daniels, Risa Shea Johnson, Okongwu, with Anthony Black getting a decent amount of minutes. I forgot we got Cole Anthony in this deal, who honestly may not play that much because I want to see what some of these other guys can do, especially the young guys. Like, I want Thomas Sorber to get around 17 minutes a night. I want Muhammad Gay to get around, like, 8 minutes a night. We can go about 15 to Fleming. Like, how does this look? That is a pretty... deep bench. I don't even know if like Terrence Mann is going to crack the bench. And I want like Nick Clifford to get around 7 minutes a night, 8 minutes a night. And it would be honestly, Daniels getting 31, 30 to Suggs, 30 to Risa Shea, 27 to Okongwu, 35 to Jalen Johnson. Let's see if Johnson could be kind of a number one. And I feel like under Quinn Snyder, this feels a little bit better of what he's trying to build and what he's been good at in the past. And yeah, I feel like Jett Howard should get more minutes as well. So we are kind of leaning into this youth movement a little bit. And I think Risa Shea could break out this year. It is crazy. I just traded away Trey Young within the division. And we are at the trade deadline with a 28-22 record. The Orlando Magic with Trey Young are 20-30. Interesting. So yeah, we are currently the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. We do have a positive point differential. It's just at a 1 right now. Our leading scorer has been Jalen Johnson, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 50, 36, 75 splits. Risa Shea, 18.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 45, 36, 79 splits. There's Jalen Suggs, who's been pretty good. 29% from 3, though. Anthony Black, 13.5 points, 45% from the field. There's Dyson Daniels, 51% from the free throw line. Okongwu, Thomas Sorber, Rasheer Fleming, who's been struggling a little bit. Vic Krejci's been struggling a little bit. Nick Clifford's been struggling a little bit. Honestly, we don't own our first round pick this year. It is a swap with the San Antonio Spurs. Damn, Daniels really is shooting 51% from the free throw line. That is crazy. I feel like Suggs is always like a bridge guard for us. Like, we'll see if Anthony Black's going to be that guy for us going forward. Muhammad Gay, I don't think I'm going to play throughout the rest of the regular season. Nick Clifford is under contract for a little bit longer. I want to see what Jett Howard can do. I'm going to give him about 10 minutes a night. Vic Krejci's going to go down to 10. Sorber, that's fine. Fleming's going to go down to 10 for now. And then I think I just want to see what these guys can do for a little bit more playing time at night. I'm going to look at Cole Anthony trades, and I'm going to trade him to the Minnesota Timberwolves in exchange for Gabe Vincent and a future second. Vincent isn't expiring, so is Cole Anthony, basically with a team option, and I'm picking up a 2027 second for somebody that wasn't really going to play for us. All right, so Wemby is your MVP. Cooper Flagg is your Rookie of the Year. RJ Barrett, 6th man. Wemby, Depoy. Mobley, Most Improved. Luka wins Clutch Player of the Year, and Pop is your Coach of the Year. Here's on NBA first team. You got Wemby, Luka, Jokic, Giannis, and Shea. Second team, you have Mobley, Edwards, Cade, LaMelo, and Halliburton. Third team, Tatum, Paolo, Morant, Kyrie, and Sabonis. Here's all defensive first team. Here is all defensive second team. All rookie first team, no Atlanta Hawks, and we do get Thomas Sorber on all rookie second team. So we finished the year as the 4th seed. We're going to be going up against the 5-seeded Raptors here in the first leg, or in the first round. we did have a worse point differential than them. Our offense was all right, but the defense honestly wasn't too bad either. I guess the defense could have been a little bit better, which after trading away Trey Young and having honestly four really good defenders and a Kungwu in the starting five, I thought would be better. A Kungwu shot 31% from three. Do wish that was a little bit better as well. But hey, we ended up as the 4th seed this year, so I'll take it. Vic Krejci really struggled throughout the year, so I don't think I'm going to play him in the playoffs. Jett Howard also struggled this year, so I don't think I'm going to play him in the playoffs. Honestly, I'm going to trust Terrence Mann over some of those guys. Fleming kind of struggled as well, so he's going to get like 10 minutes a night. Terrence Mann's going to get about 15 a night. Sorber, he's going to get around 15 because I'm going to go 33 there. Black 25. And then I want to go 37 to Reese Shea and Jalen Johnson. We're taking on the Raptors. We do win game 1. Dyson Daniels with 26. Reese Shea with 20. Terrence Mann, playoff Terrence Mann, 17 points in that one. He had a really good playoff game. What year was it? It wasn't last year, right? In 24. No, it was the 21 season. Yeah, he had 39 points in game 6 against the Jazz back in 2021, where he knocked down, what was it? Yeah, 7 threes. He took 10 of them. That's what I was remembering. And that was the game clincher, too. Shout out Terrence Mann. Let's see what he can do for us. Picking off a good start to the playoffs for Terrence Mann. We end up going up 3-0. Mann's averaging 14 points. All right, shout out to him. Can we sweep them? Bang! Quinn Snyder gets his first playoff series victory in quite some time. And we actually swept the Raptors. We're taking on the 1-seeded New York Knicks. 38% from the field for Reese Shea. I feel like we didn't even shoot the ball all that well, and we advanced. The Magic did not even make the play-in tournament. Okay. So maybe they shouldn't trade for Trey Young. So we lose to the Knicks by 22. Then we end up beating them in game number 2 by 3 points. I'll take it. Okongwu with 23. Johnson with 22. We're going to win game 3, 128-111. 31 for Reese Shea, 25 for Johnson. Game 4 goes to the Atlanta Hawks, 120-112. 27-18-5 for Jalen Johnson. 31-10 for Cat. Game 5 goes to Atlanta, 110-75. 27 for Reese Shea, 24 for Okongwu. And we're in the Eastern Conference Finals 1 year after trading away Trey Young. Would you look at that? Because Reese Shea and Jalen Johnson are the guys we're building around. Can we go to the NBA Finals? It's crazy. It's going to be us or the Detroit Pistons. And we win game 1, 130-124. Jalen Johnson with 30. Suggs with 18. 5 blocks for Okongwu. Reese Shea took 18 threes. Who told him to do that? We do end up losing game number 2 by a lot, by 42 points. Jalen Johnson at 20. Game 3 goes to Atlanta, 130-111. Reese Shea with 41. Jalen Johnson with 26. Daniels with 21-12. 18-12 for Okongwu. We do end up winning game 4, 119-108. I'll take that. 25 for Suggs, 21 for Reese Shea. And we are going to win in 5, 122-98. 28 for Johnson, 27 for Suggs. And we're in the NBA Finals in year 1 of this rebuild. And I'm playing basically none of my rookies outside of, Sorber and Fleming are getting minutes, and Fleming was a lot better in the conference finals. So I guess we are playing some rookies, and we're going to be taking on the San Antonio Spurs, the DeJounte Murray Bowl. So if you trade away DeJounte Murray, you're in the finals. I guess that's this year's version of the Paul George NBA Finals. All right, so let's see what happens here. Game 1 goes to San Antonio. So we're going to be swapping picks in the 20s, which feels good. They end up winning. They took, Trey Johnson at number 2, so they do not have Dylan Harper. They blow us out in the first 2 games. Damn. Can we at least win game 3? All right, we're alive. We win 117-108 at home. Dyson Daniels with 27-9. Suggs with 21-8. Game 4 goes to the Atlanta Hawks, and we just won by 60. 60 points, 29 for Suggs, 33 for Johnson, 21 Daniels, 20 Reese Shea. Game 5, we're up 3-2. Oh my God, we won by 30. Jalen Johnson with 34. Are we going to win the NBA Finals here in 2026 with the Atlanta Hawks? The East is wide open, and defense wins championships, but we are going to a game 7. Oh my God, we had the lead going into the 4th, or close to it, and we only scored 12 points in the 4th quarter. That is embarrassing. So game 7 on the road in San Antonio. We get outscored by 13 in the 2nd. Very high scoring 3rd. This does not feel good. We're down by 14, and we are not going to show up. Back-to-back stinkers in the 4th quarter, and we end up losing the finals and blowing a 3-2 lead. That sucks. And Wemby is your finals MVP. LeBron, Horford, all these guys end up retiring. I just feel like we got there, and we were so close, and I was really hoping that we were going to get it, pull it off. I think we'll have no issue going back. It's just do I run this team back? Do I feel like we're there? Because I feel more confident about the 2021 Hawks or this team than the 21 Hawks. Or do I trade away Jalen Suggs, which I thought I was going to do going forward? Because if I traded Jalen Suggs, it would be for a center, but Suggs is under a nice contract. Daniels' contract might be insane. Do I trade Dyson Daniels? Okongwu's under a favorable contract right now. We have plenty of depth on this team, and we do own the 30th pick from the Hawks, or excuse me, from the Spurs. They're getting our pick at 23. I want to see if I could trade away Vic Krejci and 30 to move up to 20 with Golden State. They're going to agree to that. I just don't think Krejci, after a poor shooting season in 26, was going to play for us next year with Clifford and Fleming, even Terrence Mann and all those guys. So I was like, let me at least get something for him, even though I like Krejci a lot in real life, and I don't think 2K does him any favors. LaVine and DeRozan for pick 3. I think Sacramento may have ended up doing pretty good in that trade. And with the 20th pick, I'm going to take Micah Murrin. I'm butchering his name. He's Finnish. He's in the 2026 class. I haven't really watched any of him yet, but I just wanted to get his name right because it is not Michael. So that is going to be our draft pick this year with the 20th overall selection. 6'10", kind of a swing forward. I'm going to... I don't think we're going to have too much cap space anyway, so I'm going to just pick it up on Jed Howard, but I may try to use that $7 million in a trade. Daniels is restricted, so, oh man, the Pistons and Blazers both gave him $40 million a year. Are you kidding me? That is so much money. That makes Jalen Johnson's contract look phenomenal. All right, so I may just kind of run most of this team back. Daniels does take the deal from the Blazers. 3 years, 123. We will be matching that, so yeah, he is back here. On Atlanta. Now, I could sign like a Davion Mitchell or Keon Ellis. I mean, both of those guys would be kind of electric. Like right now, we do have Suggs and Black. There's a chance I actually start Anthony Black next year. We have Daniels and Clifford. We have Reese Man, Howard. We have plenty of 4s. We have a 5. So I feel like I should use my mid-level exception. I could get Mitchell Robinson, who fits this team very well. If Okongwu, like, being a free agent next year, but that means Sorbert is not going to play that many minutes. I can't speak. Justin Edwards, Asunmu. I'm thinking about either Keon Ellis or Mitchell Robinson, but then like I like Thomas Sorber. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not really sure. I feel like I have the money. I should spend it, but it's just like, will that player play for us? Because like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 at the minimum, 6. At least one of these guys is 7, 8, 9. I mean, it's tough. Because then, you know what? I think I'm going to keep the money right now, which is maybe a little risky. All right, so Daniels is up to an 89. Suggs is an 86. Johnson, 88. I'm excited to see this team this year after just coming off 1 game away from winning the 2026 finals. I mean, I could see how much Okongwu was asking for on an extension. He actually doesn't want to resign. He actually has 2 years left, which is pretty great. Anthony Black, I may actually try to lock him in on extension right now, and hopefully he outplays that as a starting point guard for us this season. All right, so let's figure out the 2020, what is this, 7 rotation? All right, so I actually do want to start Anthony Black, so we'll have Jalen Suggs come off the bench, but they're going to play very similar minutes. We'll go 28 a night to each one of them. Terrence Mann, I feel like she cracked the rotation. He's going to get 12 minutes. Jed Howard will not be cracking the rotation. Actually, Terrence Mann may get like 10 minutes. Let's go about, we'll do 28 to Okongwu, about like 18 to Thomas Sorber, 28 to Suggs, 14 to Fleming. I got 22 more minutes, so I guess I can go like 11 to Nick Clifford. We signed Mike Conley. Do I give it to our first-round pick or Mohamed Gay? I guess I'll give it to the first-round pick as well, just to get these guys involved. I tried changing Nick Clifford's name, but 2K said it was a bad word. And we are going to start off and beat the Thunder on the road to start off the year. I'll take that. All right, so we're here at the deadline. We have a 36-16 record. We have a 7.4 point differential. And yeah, we are rolling along, or moving along. We are, wait, what was our record? Or our seeding, sorry. We are the 1 seed with that 7.4 point differential. So the offense could be slightly better, but it's the number 6 offense and it's the number 4 ranked defense. So I will take that. Our leading scorer has been Jalen Johnson, playing around 31 minutes a night. Reese about 17 minutes a night. These guys' minutes will go up a little bit in the playoffs because I'm probably not going to play Fleming and Clifford in the playoffs and Terrence Mann. But Mann has a good track record. I'll just call him Double M right now because I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, even though since I don't know it. Thomas Sorber, maybe stop taking 3s. Anthony Black, he's been pretty good. So yeah, honestly, we're going to keep it rolling. I'm not going to make any trades, but we're in the finals last year. We're the 1 seed right now. And I think we can go back at least to the finals this year. All right, so Kate Cunningham is your MVP. Darren Peterson is your Rookie of the Year. Devin Carter, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Edgeco Most Improved. Trey Young, signed with the Bulls and just won Clutch Player of the Year. What did his contract look like? Yeah, he signed a 4-year, pretty close to the max deal with Chicago, which is pretty cool. Kid Coach of the Year. And I guess that would have been Nico Harrison, Executive of the Year. Josh Giddey on All-NBA First Team. All right, 25 points a night. Where was this in my Bulls rebuild? Josh Giddey. We don't get anybody on the All-NBA teams. We do get Dyson Daniels on the All-Defensive team. Was more efficient this year, 57% true shooting. We do get Double M on All-Rookie First Team as well. So we finished as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going up against Brooklyn in round number 1. We finished with the 4th best point differential. It would have been the 4th best in the West. So it does look like the East was still a little bit easier this year. And I'm definitely going to trim down the rotation for the playoffs. I think Terrence Mann is going to crack it. It's just, who do I not play between Fleming and Clifford? Clifford was a little bit more, I think, efficient overall, but I trust Fleming's three-point shooting and defense. So I'm going to go 10 to Fleming. We're going to go about 15 to Mann. Stay at 18 for Sorber. We'll go about 30 to Suggs, 32 to Okongwu. And I'd like to go 37 to Reese and Johnson. 33. Let's do 29 of these guys. All right, let's see what we got here. Round number 1 against Brooklyn. Fears, Thomas Johnson, double Johnson, Naz Reid, Claxton, Filipowski, and they got Kasparis all the way there at pick 25. We are going to win game 1 by 7, 116, 123. Game number 2, we are going to win this one as well, 134, 125. Jalen Johnson with 29, Anthony Black with 22 and 9. Game 3, we end up winning 121, 94. There we go, 28 for Anthony Black. And we are going to sweep them and win 135, 124. Johnson with 29, Reese 24, Kungwu 22, Black 20, Daniels 19 and 10. And we're taking on the Cavs here in round number 2. Johnson, Black, and Reese all dropped 20 apiece, 38% from the field for Reese though. So he needs to be better against Cleveland, who just beat us in game number 1. They've added Corey Kispert, Chris Dunn to their bench, and they blew us out by 34 points in game number 1. Not ideal. And we lose game number 2, 124-99. Not ideal. Game 3. Okay. And I guess we were frauds. This sucks. I mean, their double big lineup is probably destroying us. And they actually swept us. So, yeah, there goes the Atlanta Hawks. We ended up losing in round number 2 after being the reigning Eastern Conference champions, after being the 1 seed. Daniels 38%, Suggs 39%, Okongwu 40%. Everybody kind of struggled shooting the ball. So that was really embarrassing. And then the Cavs ended up sweeping the Pacers, and the Cavs ended up winning it all. So I guess at least we lost to the team that won it all. But I do feel like we need to make some type of move this offseason. I got a little complacent after last year making it to the finals, which I think we overachieved. But we were great in the regular season, so that really sucks that happened. I'm not too positive where our first round pick is going to be. Yeah, it's going to drop a little bit more than you think. It's at 18 from the Pelicans and Bucks from the DeJounte Murray trade. And us giving San Antonio 28 is the final domino from the DeJounte Murray trade. Warriors, Jazz, Celtics, and Hornets picking at the top of the draft. So I'm going to bring back Quinn Snyder, and I'm going to give him, he's not going to take my deal. Wow, Quinn Snyder is out as our head coach. All right, time to bring in a new guy. Who is that going to be? Quinn Snyder apparently does not want to coach here anymore. Borrego is going to get blocked. Will Hardy is here. I'll bring Will Hardy. So, hey, from one former Jazz coach to another, bang, there we go. We get Will Hardy, kind of saved the day. And we're here on draft night with pick 18, 31, 49, and 51. It is nice to have 31 in this year's draft. And I'm going to offer up the Phoenix Suns this trade. They're going to get Onyeka Okongwu. I do have to trade away Terrence Mann and pick 18. I'm getting Charles Bassey, who I don't know if he's going to play for us, but I'm getting Walker Kessler, who is making $30 million a year, but is a lot bigger and better of a defender than Onyeka Okongwu. So we add a really good center without having to give up Jalen Suggs. And then I'm going to try to move 31, 49, and 51 to get back in the first round. And would the Pacers do this for pick 25? So can I move up 6 spots? They say yes to that. So we will have another first. The Warriors take Brandon McCoy. And I ended up taking another wing. I guess, man, there's 2 of these guys. That's on me. I mean, I used 2 different draft class creators, so hopefully mine's better than theirs. So Trent Perry, 25th overall pick out of Texas. So we're going to pick up the team option on Sorber, Fleming, Clifford, and Reese Jet Howard. I don't really want to extend the qualifying offer to. You're not really going to play for us. Mohamed Gay wants $8 million a year for what? You didn't play it all last year, and when you last played, you were terrible. Interesting. Jet Howard wants $11 million a year. All right. AJ Mitchell is here. Michael Porter Jr. is here as well. Could I land AJ Mitchell on a 3-year deal? Bang, there we go, worth $18 million. So I do wish I used my mid-level exception a little bit more last year. So next year, it's going to be Kessler and Sorber. We got Johnson, Fleming, double M. We got Reese Shea. We have Daniels, Clifford, and Perry. Suggs, Black, and Mitchell. Let's ride. Apparently, Jet Howard still had the qualifying offer, so he's back for $9 million. We'll see how good this team can be in 2028. And I'm going to re-sign Zachary Reese Shea to I think this is $152 million over 4 years, if my math is correct. And yeah, we get him done before he's a restricted free agent next year. So here we are in 2028. Suggs, Daniels. I think I'd rather start Black, though, just to see what I can get out of him. So let's go 31 to Daniels, 31 to Black, 31 to Suggs. Kessler, Johnson, Reese Shea. Bassey is not going to play. Jet Howard is not going to play. Actually, you know what? Bassey may play, just because I actually don't know if I could fully trust Sorber. Double M's going to get 18 minutes a night. AJ Mitchell is going to get like 8 minutes a night. Honestly, let's go 8 to Fleming, 8 to Clifford. And maybe I'm not going to play Thomas Sorber because he did just shoot 41% or 42% from the field so far. So maybe Bassey struggles. I'll get him in there. And it is cool to reunite Will Hardy and Walker Kessler. And we're off to a 5-0 start this year. All right, so we are 36-12 right now. Our leading scorer is Zachary Risache, Jalen Johnson. Also dropping 20 a night, 8.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 15, 6, and 6 for Dyson Daniels, 15-ish, 6.5, and 1.6 steals for Anthony Black. Suggs, 44% from the field, 30 from 3, 91 from the free throw line. Walker Kessler averaging a double-double. Double M right there, 46, 34, 75 splits. For Sheer Fleming, 38% from 3. I'll take that. AJ Mitchell, not as good in the save as I've seen in the past. So I think we're not going to make any moves at the deadline. I think I want to see what the wings can get with a little bit more minutes. I think Bassey's been just fine this year. So Mitchell's not going to play, and I'm going to go about 4 more to each of them. So they're going to get around 12 minutes a night. Like I said, Double M has been pretty good. He is 6'10", so maybe theoretically he could be the backup 5. So I guess Nico Harrison was right. Ace Bailey just won MVP. Maybe it was smart to take him over Cooper Flagg. AJ Debanta in the West. What? For the first time ever. For the first time ever, I've never seen the Spurs not re-sign Wemby off the rookie deal. Obviously, he's restricted. He signed with the Suns. That's insane. Why did they match it? What? Were they like over the second April, like the hard cap? That is insane. I have never seen that in this 2K cycle so far. Daniels all defensive second team. Unfortunately, no, what's his name? Walker Kessler. Back-to-back years, we are the 1 seed. Shout out to Portland, also snagging a 1 seed over there in the West. Here's Konkinenpol and his crazy haircut. That's not what he looks like. You do have Devin Booker and Wemby and Okongwu over there in Phoenix. That is insane. So how did the Spurs do this year? I mean, they were still pretty good. 50th. Oh, well, they signed Jokic instead. That's why. Wow, imagine they signed Jokic and Wemby. That is actually insane. That is unreal. Okay, so here we are, player stats. 21 points for Risache, 20 for Jalen Johnson, 15 for Daniels, 15 for Black, 13 for Suggs. Double-double there for Walker Kessler tonight. Taking on the New York Knicks in round 1. They're starting Kelly Oubre. They have a little bit of depth over there. So off the bench, we definitely want Bassey, Fleming, and I think I'm going to trust Clifford a little bit more. So Bassey's going to get like 14 a night. Clifford's going to get 10. Double M can get 18. That's fine. We'll go down 1 for Suggs. He'll get 30 a night. Anthony Black was pretty good this year. He's going to stay at 31. Let's go 34 Daniels. Let's go 36. Let's go 30 to Black, 36 to Risache and Jalen Johnson. And we are going to beat the Knicks in 6. That was kind of scary. Our first year, right? The Knicks beat us in round number 2. So I guess, yeah, this is year number so when we went to the finals, that was... Wait, am I tripping? No, we beat the Knicks that year. Yeah, no, this is just our 3rd playoff run. Yeah, okay. So we're taking on the Raptors here, who we did beat 2 years ago in round 1. They drafted Nolan Traore at number 9. We are going to beat them in game 1, 125-116. Risache with 45. We're going to lose game 2. We're going to win game 3, lose game 4. Oh, man, don't lose in round 2 again. Damn, so for the 2nd straight year, the Atlanta Hawks get bounced in round number 2. Who struggled in round number 2? Risache was great. Jalen Johnson was fine. He could have been a little bit better. Black did struggle. Okay, well, on to the offseason again. The Pistons beat the Raptors, and the Spurs are going to beat the Pistons in 7. And Nikola Jokic just got Finals MVP for the San Antonio Spurs. I did not expect to say that in this video. Are we going to get any random picks here in the lottery? No, we do not, but we do own our pick at 26. I want to see if the New York Knicks will do a trade with me. Anthony Black and Jalen Suggs for Jalen Brunson. Would they think about it? They say no. I'll throw in 2 first-round picks as well. And I'll throw in a 3rd. Does that get it done? It does not. And if I threw in AJ... Actually, I would rather keep AJ Mitchell. Trent Perry? It's a lot for Brunson. They say no. Okay, they don't want to trade him. What about if we get even more size over here? Could I do Jalen Suggs and Anthony Black for LaMelo Ball? In division trade. I traded away Trey in the division. Let's get a different point guard in the division. And we just picked up LaMelo Ball. I think I just want more of a sure thing at the 1, who also has a little bit more scoring upside. He's a good defender in this game. And we went out and got LaMelo. I didn't have to give up any draft picks either. So I took Jeremy Thomas out of Ole Miss here with the 26th pick. We're going to pick up the team options on everybody here. Yep. Maybe I'll move Clifford or Fleming just to upgrade one of those spots. And damn, the Spurs only signed Jokic on a 1-year deal. All right, so I'm going to improve the defense even more. I'm going to trade away Rasheer Fleming and Nick Clifford for Lou Dort in the last year of his deal and a 2032 OKC first. I mean, having Dyson Daniels and Lou Dort on the same team is kind of ridiculous. All right, so Daniels is a 91, LaMelo's a 91. Jalen Johnson does regress a little bit, but hopefully getting LaMelo is our championship contending move. All right, so for the 2029 rotation, it's going to be LaMelo, Daniels, Reese Johnson, and Kessler. Double M can get 20 minutes off the bench with Lou Dort, Thomas Sorber 17, AJ Mitchell 14. I don't know if Trent Perry, honestly, let's see what he can do. So I'm just going to give him like, my game is like glitching. Let's give him like 7 minutes a night. Mitchell's going to get like 13, Sorber 16. So I'm going to go 32 to Kessler, 34 to Johnson, 33 to these guys. Yeah, we'll go 33 across the board. I'll do 34 to Reese. I feel like he's going to be our number 1 this year. System proficiency is 4-star balance. Maybe it is LaMelo Ball as the number 1. We are going to start off the year 2-1. I feel like this should be our best year yet. So Ace Bailey just won MVP. Sylvester Hansen, the number 1 overall pick, rookie of the year, did not shoot the ball too well. Wemby being in Phoenix is insane. And him and Danny Wolf playing off each other is kind of fun. Hey, maybe the Spurs should do that at 14. I believe we won 66 and 16. We got coach of the year as well. Any Atlanta Hawks, no LaMelo Ball. We do get Daniels on all defensive first team and Kessler on all defensive second team. That's what I'm talking about. We are the 1 seed. We're taking on the Boston Celtics in round number 1. We went 66 and 16, like I mentioned, a 15.8 point differential, the best in the NBA, slightly beat out the Dallas Mavericks. Yep, I wasn't wrong when I said Reese Shea is going to be our number 1. There you go. LaMelo, I'm fine. You can average 16 points a night, but 11 assists and the best true shooting. Well, maybe not the best, but a good true shooting. I'll take 60%. Because Daniels can struggle at times. 56, though, I feel like is still pretty good for him. Lou Dort was solid. AJ Mitchell was solid. Let's ride. So for the playoffs, we are going to not play Trent Perry. Mitchell is going to get 12 minutes a night. 16 to Sorber, 20 to Dort, 20 to Double M. Let's go 33 to Kessler, 34 to Johnson, 37 to Reese Shea, 36 to LaMelo. Let's do this. Please beat Boston in round 1. I mean, that's a tough round 1 matchup. It's our Double M versus their Double M. Let's see who it comes. Wow. I just got swept. That is insane. That is insane. Oh, Reese Shea with 28, LaMelo with 23. What just happened? What just happened? We just got swept by an 8 seed with the league best point differential. And not a lot of the games are close either. All right, well, that is pretty disappointing. I can't lie. Was Jalen Johnson bad? He was. All right. The Boston Celtics ended up going to the NBA Finals to take on the Warriors. Rematch at 22. And Ja Morant and the Warriors end up winning this one. I ended up drafting Daryl Payne, a 6'6 power forward, more so a small forward out of Portland. Daniels and Kessler both opt out of their deals, so this team's probably going to get a little bit more expensive. I want to re-sign Sorber as well. Oh, LaMelo's a free agent also. Please tell me I'm not going to get outbid for LaMelo. That would have sucked. So Daniels, Walker Kessler, and LaMelo all coming back. Dude, the Dyson Daniels making $40 million a year is kind of insane. It really is. So I'm also going to bring back Lou Dort, and I'm going to bring back Thomas Sorber on a 5-year deal worth $47 million. I'm basically running this team back. All right, so we got LaMelo, Daniels, Reese Shea, Johnson, Kessler, Double M. Honestly, we're going to run most of the same rotation. Perry, Sorber. I kind of want to see what AJ Mitchell can do. Let's go Perry and Mitchell can get 10 minutes a night. We'll go 14 to Sorber. I got about 9 more minutes. Let's go 35 LaMelo, 37 Reese Shea, and 33 to Jalen Johnson. Let's just hope last year was just a bad year. This is the 2030 season. All right, so we're going to have another 60-win season. We're 56 and 19 right now. We are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Oh my God, we almost just went on a crazy losing streak to not get 60 games, and I would have jinxed it. All right, hopefully this year is different, and we can make it out of round 1. LaMelo Ball put up 20 points and 10.5 assists, was on All-NBA second team, and we did get Kessler and Daniels on all defensive second team. So we have 2 elite defenders. I don't know how Reese Shea didn't end up on an All-NBA team, but I'll take it. As we are the 1 seed again. For the playoffs, do I want to play Mitchell and Perry? I'll play Perry, just 10 minutes a night, and then I want to go 38 to LaMelo, 38 to Reese Shea, 35 Johnson, 34 to Kessler. I worry about Daniels' shot making in the playoffs right now, or at least the efficiency. Finished with the best point differential in the NBA. 5 50-win teams over there in the Western Conference. How many in the East? Just 2. We're taking on Cleveland, who has Kobe Buffkin. Actually turned into an okay player. Better than what I thought. And he ends up in Cleveland. They don't have Garland anymore, but we do end up beating them. LaMelo dropped 31 a night, 66 or 63 combined between Johnson and Reece Shea. Now we're taking on LaMelo Ball's old team. Anthony Black's been pretty good for them. So this is looking like a win-win trade. We're up 2-0, 3-0, and we end up winning in 6. So they kind of almost scared me there. Reece Shea with 30 points in that series. He's a star. All right, let's get revenge on the Boston Celtics for them beating us last year. We win game 1, win game 2, win game 3, and we're going to sweep them. So they swept us last year, so we sweep them this year. And now we're taking on the Portland Trail Blazers in the NBA Finals. They have a fun team. They've added Con Knipple, Conor Murray-Boyles, Elijah Arenas along the way. Clint Capella against his former team. They do beat us by 1. Oh, my God. We really just choked that fourth quarter. Oh, can we not do this? Oh, my God. We're down 2-0. We lose 109, 111. 39 for LaMelo. 2-1. 2-2. Please go up 3-2. Damn it. We go down 3-2. Oh, my God. So they've won by 1, by 2, and by 4. Game number 6. We need... what to happen to us right now is what happens to the Spurs back in our first title run. Come back down 3-2. Part 1 of that is done. We just beat them in game 6 by 15. Game 7 on the road. Let's do it, please. This is deja vu from the Spurs series. No, come on. We lose by... Oh, we lost by 36. That sucks so much, man. We can't get it done. And the Blazers win it all. So there goes Atlanta Hawks legend Clint Capella. Kelly Oubre, why do I think he was a Hawk, but I feel like he's not a Hawk. Yeah, no, he was never a Hawk. So, yeah, I mean, this team, I feel like it really does suck coming off a finals loss. I do want to win it all with this team. Did not expect to go to the year 2031, but I don't know. I feel like getting LaMelo Ball was huge. The Blazers just won it all and had picks 3 and 4 in this year's NBA draft. We do own the 28th overall pick. Will Hardy's got 1 year left. I don't know if I should make a trade or just kind of keep running this team back. I mean, it is getting fairly expensive. We do have some guys under nice contracts, though. I took Boris Vincent, a center out of Clemson in the first round, and Philip Norris in the second round. I'm going to pick up the team option on Jeremy Thomas and Trent Perry. So we are going to have Double M, AJ Mitchell, and shout out Trenton Flowers still collecting a paycheck here, hitting free agency. Yep, that new Jalen Johnson contract is about to go up by a ton of money, so we are going to have to pay him. We had to pay a bunch of guys last offseason as well, so this team is getting very expensive. But I do feel like this team is talented enough to win it all, so I don't want to blow it up. Maybe the bench could be a little bit better, but can Zachary Reece Shea... He's a number 1 right now. I need him to be a number 1 just 1 more year. So it's pretty much going to be the same starting 5, and we're going to rely on these 4 guys off the bench. So no... AJ Mitchell this year, probably. We can go 29 to Kessler, 32 to Johnson. Now he's making so much money. 31 to Daniels, 34 to LaMelo, 35 to Reece Shea. Can Will Hardy get a ring out of this team? Let's find out. We start off the year 0-2. Damn, we lost 2 games to the Milwaukee Bucks. Tyler Smith, he's like that? That's pretty cool. All right, so this team does feel like another top seed in the Eastern Conference. We have been the 1 seed for a little bit, but yeah, we're not going to get 60 games or 60 wins this year. Ace Bailey has been the best player in the NBA for the last few years. Maybe Nico Harrison knew something yet again. Will Hardy took home Coach of the Year. Jokic is now in Memphis. He spent 3 years in there. He's on the last year of his deal. Danny Wolf, All-NBA first team in Dallas, come again. That's kind of insane. And LaMelo Ball on All-NBA third team. You got Dyson Daniels on All-Defensive first team, shot 38% from 3. And here we go. We are the 1 seed yet again. We just came off a finals loss to the Portland Trail Blazers last year. We finished the season with an 8.9 point differential, the best in the NBA. So the Western Conference doesn't look like it's a gauntlet like it's been in years past. And here we go. Michael, or Double M, was kind of inefficient this year. So for the bench, Trent Perry was pretty good. I actually think they're going to get pretty similar minutes, 22 each. Lou Dort about 16, Thomas Sorber about 14, 30 to Kessler, 33 Johnson, 37 Reece Shea, 35 LaMelo Ball. Please beat the Washington Wizards here in round number 1. Jordan Poole, Jace Richardson, Caleb Holt, AJ DeBanza. It's a good team. They took us to 6, which is scaring me, which is definitely scaring me. LaMelo was the leading scorer of this team. We're taking on Charlotte here in round number 2. Obviously, LaMelo against his old team. They still have Anthony Black and Jalen Suggs, and Brandon Miller is there. We are tied up 1 apiece. Man, we gave up 52 points in the third quarter. We should have a good defense. LaMelo with a 31-point triple-double, and we lose game 4. We gave up 151 points. Why is our defense garbage? We have Walker Kessler, 2 in the front court. Trent Perry went for 37 points off the bench, and we are going to win in 6. Okay, here we go, conference finals. This team has been stressing me. Yegor Demon and Cade Cunningham in that backcourt. Oh, man. They have Gigi Jackson as well. It might be GG's. It might be GG's. We do tie it up 1-1. They go up 2-1. We tie it 2-2. Please win game 5. Yes. Please win game 6. Oh my God. Come on. I can't. We have not had a good track record in game 7s. We really haven't. And we get off to a terrible start. I don't know if we won a single game 7 yet when I've simcast it, and we just won one. Oh my God. What was that fourth quarter comeback? It happened so quickly. We outscored them by 14. Oh man, maybe this is our year. Wow. Wow, that is a terrible choke job. Cade Cunningham, 4 of 9. Wow. And we're taking on Ace Bailey, Kyrie Irving, and the Dallas Mavericks. Danny Wolf, an all-NBA, like, first-team caliber guy. They're starting Cam Reddish. They have Isaiah Collier, Max Christie, Peyton Pritchard off the bench. It's the Luka versus Trey Bowl. We do win game 1 by 16. Jalen Johnson with 23. We do win game 2. Let's go. Can we go up 3-0, please? Bang, there we go. So the Eastern Conference was the tough conference this year. Just don't blow a 3-0 lead, and we sweep. Wow. Okay, so we win the 2031 NBA Finals. Jalen Johnson, who got rewarded with a massive extension last offseason, gets Finals MVP this year, and the Atlanta Hawks win the NBA Finals. Finally. So that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think the Atlanta Hawks are going to do on draft night this year. Do you think they're going to trade Trey Young this offseason, or do you think he's going to sign an extension? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.